100%. I did not do steel mode, but I finally beat Silk Song, did everything. So, good to be done. Hope you're all doing well. Patisserie Babe, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for the 8 months. But it's great to see you. I hope you've been well. You just posted a bunch of pictures. Hey Kai, how are you doing? Good to see you. Daioh, hope you're doing well. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I did some stuff. I made that cookie, that skillet cookie that Jamie Farmer had posted. If you missed this is a skillet cookie. Like, oh man. I mean, it's an 8-inch skillet, right? So it's a big cookie. And mostly I played Silk Song. It took most of the day to finish off everything. So for better for worse, Silk Song is done. Let me check out Discord though. Oh, you posted. Wait. Where'd you post the pictures? Did I miss it? Oh, I'm in the wrong Discord. Derp. Derp. Oh. Very nice. Ooh. Oh, very interesting. What? Wait. Oh, wait. Yeah. I was in the wrong Discord. Oh, I see. It's like a band. Are you're making like a? Is this a costume for something? Or is this a very particular hat? Ice cream and crafts tonight. That sounds perfect. Plain ice cream with cereal. Very nice. This looks like a, I don't know, what is it? Like a, sort of, oh, there we go. Like a Viking helmet. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's got a beard and everything. Ah! Wow, it's got a big beard. So this is like this is the base beard. And then all the stuff hanging off of it. That's hysterical. Oh. I don't know. I think you wore it better. Oh, that's awesome though. So you did this for the Comic-Con? That's awesome. That's great. What a smile. Who, oh, I see. Who is this? Oh, it's the guy that played Gimli? Oh, that's awesome. You gave it to him. Oh, that's hysterical. Oh, that's wonderful. What does the tie say? Something, and they call it a mine. Oh, that's awesome. That's John Rhys Davies? No way. That is John Rhys Davies. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations. That's so awesome. You got to meet your favorite Lord of the Rings character, John Rhys Davies. It was so sweet. When you met him for the signing, he said, "You're wearing all this Elvis stuff." And I said, "Well, I made you something dwarvish." And I pulled out the helmet and beard and he looked like he was about to tear up. I wanted to get pictures with it on. And then in a photo op, he was such a gentleman. He asked if it was okay to put his arm around me, and he goes, "No giggling." I proceeds to tickle your husband and you. Okay, nice. Another amazing experience, and I can't wait to see him again another time. I think he'll be needing an axe. Yes. Oh wow, this is amazing. Oh, that's awesome. What a great wow. So I mean, I know he's older now, right? And everything, but my memory of John Rhys Davies is Flash Gordon. playing the wing guys, and then Sliders. Was it Sliders? And then of course Gimli. But it's just that's wild. I did not recognize him. Wow, that's so awesome. Congratulations. And again, amazing memories. That was just today. That's so awesome. Wow. He's so stinking cute. Yeah, that's... How old is he now? John Rise. $1944. 81, okay. He's the type of character that, like, you tell me he was so and so in what movie, I go, what? Like, I didn't realize he was General Grievous. Oh man, you were working on the helmet and the beer for the last month, and you met him today. That's awesome. I'm looking for his filmography here. Now, right, it's going to turn out... Yeah, he was in King Solomon's Mines. Yeah, I remember that. It's going to turn out he wasn't actually in Flash Gordon. I don't see the movie in the list. Was he not in Flash Gordon? Who was the guy in Flash Gordon? I'm going to be really upset here. It wasn't John Rhys Davies. Yeah, he was in the Indiana Jones. Who am I thinking of then? Prince Voltan. Who played Prince Voltan in the Flash Gordon movie? Brian Blessed. Okay, to be fair, there are good similarities there, right? Okay. Okay, that was not him in Flash Gordon. Okay. All right. Well, awesome. Again, congratulations. That's one from the memory book for sure. All right. Well, knit. So, what do you possibly work on next? The Hobbits are supposed to be doing a 25 anniversary tour next year. 25 anniversary? Really? Already? Wait. Oh, for Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit movies. Okay. Husband, you're going to try to go to one of the cons, meet the four of them. Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll be awesome. You're trying to think of something to make for all four of them? Oh boy. It gotta be like crochet food, right? Maybe. Crochet a feast. We're back to A1. Lambas bread. Wow, it's really been that long, 25 years for Lord of the Rings. I think this is going in back. This is going in back. All right. The good news is I found my cabling needle immediately today. Yesterday, I spent about 20 minutes looking for this damn thing. You found a pattern for lemon bread coasters? You were thinking that? There you go. Everyone needs a coaster. Or everyone needs coasters. They even come with a leaf holder like how the bread was packaged in the movies. There you go. That's awesome. That would be fun. Okay, we are on B13, which is one of these where the only stitch is in the middle, where the only cable is in the middle for the big one. You know, the music for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls is not the most pleasant. It's very moody, but it's more in the dark and grating mood than it is like, oh. Okay, so I'm gonna hold that to the front. Yeah, like what else would be like a good crochet thing? I mean, you could crochet like, don't they get capes with like little the little like silver elf, you know, pin or whatever. That might be a bit much. But maybe you could crochet a little brooch or something. Well, you got plenty of time to figure something out and go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Woof. There we go. All right, there we go. Hopefully that's correct. It looks correct. If only there were a way to know. One. My brain has not been able to hold this pattern. Back. Those are going in back. Yeah, so I finished off Silk Song today. I had the, what did I have left to do? I had the Coral boss left to do. That was relatively straightforward. That didn't take too long. Then I had the Scar Singer boss. That took a little bit. That took about an hour. I had to beat the racing guy. That didn't take too long, fortunately. I had to pick up the last couple items, and that didn't take too long. Fortunately, it wasn't too hard to find them. And then I had to beat the game. And it took a while to go through the final memory stuff. And then the final void battle, that took maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So that was definitely more brutal. But I can finally say Silk Song is done. I will not be playing Steel Soul mode. There's no way. There's no way. I would need to get way good. I would need to get way good. Way gooder. That's for sure. Okay, we're starting with front. Steel Soul mode, if you're not familiar with it, is basically if you die, the game's over. Which is extremely brutal. I would have to get way more comfortable with fighting the bosses in general. The game is so easy just to suddenly find yourself at, like, well, dead. Like, oh, well, there you go. Your Halloween shirt is done? Hey, waiting for it to dry. Oh, did you block it or something? Oh, congratulations. What'd you end up doing? It's great news. Oh, my needle. Wah. I had miscalculated tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually the Marine Corps Marathon. Forgot about that. It's on Sunday. Which is unfortunate because I have to drive tomorrow morning, so I have to avoid the cemetery. And then coming back, there's a good chance the traffic here is going to be ridiculous, which is always annoying. You bought an orange Michael shirt and painted a jack-o'-lantern fade. Oh, nice. Oh, that's fun. Any particular jack-o'-lantern face, or kind of just like a classic pumpkin face? Mm-hmm. is going in back. I'm not going to look at the pattern. It's going in back. Right? There we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, coffee. Wait. I completely missed that. It sneaks in. It seems you maintain a streak if you watch VODs. Oh, you know, I'll be honest, right? It's kind of weird. I get a notice now that says like, 2 viewers are in danger of losing their watch streaks. And it's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like message them, be like, hey, check out a VOD. I mean, like, oh my gosh.
How many novels did you kill today?
Hey, Sergeant Dinko Pants. Thanks so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. How was the stream? What were we up to today? Welcome in. There you go. If you're not already following Sergeant Dingo Pants, click on that heart icon. Do a follow right now, just like I'm doing right now. Check out the next stream. Playing Battlefield 6. How's that going? Did you have your own server, or are you doing public runs? Hope that was going well. Sorry, Daioh, I missed this. Classic face you shared on Discord. Oh, okay. You're getting a better bet when you use giving a PJ. Oh, okay. That's good. A lot of fun. You're doing public runs. Okay. You win some, you lose some. Yeah. I heard something. So I've watched a couple people play Battlefield 6. It sounds like if you're not careful and you have like the game will provide you in some circumstances like bots to fill in the roster. But if you do that, like you don't get experience or something. Is that right? Sounded kind of weird. Or it can like slow your experience gaining. Like that seemed like kind of annoying. If like the game is doing that for you. But then it's like, hey, but you're not going to get experience. Oh, that's private servers. Okay. All right. That was probably like streamers setting up private servers just with chat or something. There are XP bot lobbies. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, cool. Did they add any kind of big thing with this iteration? Hey, Corin. Howdy. Hope you're doing well. How was your Leo progress? It was looking good. Looked like you got in a lot of good work there this morning. There's gonna be a new game mode on October 28th. Oh, Battle Royale. Okay, nice. You already started fiddling with the lines in Leo? Alright. There you go. The simpler it looks, the longer it takes. Yeah, I can see that. Clean and simple is probably the hardest, right? Alright, you know what? This soundtrack is like too ominous or too serious. Let's find something else. You know what? Let's just go back to Diablo 2. Let's just go back to Diablo 2. That's just nice and normal environmental mood music. What are we making here? We're making a sweater. So we're making the sweater that you can see over here on the left. We've made the sleeves, and we're currently working on the back. making the back panel. So the pieces are done kind of separately, and then we're going to put it together there at the end. Yeah, it's a big definitely way bigger project than I thought it was going to be. But it's going well. It's just long. It's a long project here. So we've just been kind of slogging on this. I kind of need to find something else to do because this is feeling really monotonous. But I don't need another big project. The making the crochet hats and everything was a lot of fun. We had a little bit of a diversion dressing up Cthulhu, and that was fun. The hats were nice and simple. We could make about a hat a day, maybe 2 days if it was a little more complicated. Hey, Nordic, and all your projects are long ones. That feels tiring after a while. Like, it was really fun to make these little hats for Cthulhu. So maybe we'll get back to doing that at some point. Make a Cthulhina. More hats. What would a Cthulhina look like? Socks take weeks. That's not too bad. Weeks is not bad. This is like months. Like, whoa. Yes, Cthulhu, but like, how would we distinguish that other than me making another Cthulhu? Right? If it were Pokemon, you know, they would have some visual distinction. Big eyelashes and purple. Lipsticks. That's right, just put a pink bow. See? Female, yeah. Crochet a 3-piece suit. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. Hey, Pork, how's it going? It'd be Cthulhu. Ooh. How are you feeling, Pork? You feeling better, I hope? It's an actual character. That's not actual, like, Lovecraft though, right? That's got to be from something else, right? I also kind of chuckle because when I did mudding in the 90s, one of the immortals his name was Cthulhu. So I do not associate that name with female, which is funny. But, you know. Oh. It is Lovecraft? It's Cthulhu. Cthulhu. What story does that character show up in? Cthulhu is the mistress. It could be like the daughter. Die Fraulein. Die Cthulhulein. Is that right? Okay, I'm already over here, apparently. I was saying that I did finally beat Silk Song. Oh, hey, check it out. Haha, very nice. This is Daioh's pumpkin shirt. By the way, if you didn't see Patisserie Babe's pictures, she made a Gimli helmet and beard, and then was able to give it to John Rhys Davies. Awesome photos there in Discord. This is just effing amazing. And they got a signed Gimli character from John Rhys Davies. Pretty amazing. Dweller in the Darkness, if you recall properly, and also known as the Living Flame. Oh, okay. Huh. What's the role in the story? Give me points. Have some points. 13. Wait, yeah. Knit. I don't recall the story with the female Cthulhu. Is there like a whole Cthulhu family? Or Cthulhu family? Hey, you know, I realized that I never showed off any photos from my trip to Tanzania. So I meant to upload them to Discord, but I can just like show some right now. Just kind of like talk through them. I don't think I have any like embarrassing photos embedded in there. Although if I did, that would be really funny. Cthulhu oppose the Elder Gods and can be summoned as a giant fireball in defense when certain cods appear on Earth. A certain fish? Oh, okay, certain gods appear. Your fingers do it. It'll be kind of funny if they oppose the Elder Gods. The ancient fish. Yeah, I was gonna say, I prefer the Elder Gods. That's right, they are from the sea. It's very appropriate. Oh, crap. Okay. Giant fireball to grill the Elder Gods. That's right. Okay. So I'll have to post some of this later. Let's see. So here, we're in the bus. We're in a little bus. So there's 9 of us hikers. 9 hikers going to the top of Kilimanjaro, but there's like 40 people helping us, right? So we had 4 main guides, and with one like lead guide, and then around 32 to 36 porters. And so 9 hikers. Each hiker had like a dedicated porter to carry their bag. So I had on a backpack that was like my day pack, what I would carry during the day, which would include water, any snacks, and any like sunscreen, rain gear or things like that that you wanted to needed during the hike. But then you'd had your main bag, which had the rest of your clothes and all the other stuff. But that could be no more than 15 kilograms or about 33 pounds because there was a person that was carrying that. And my porter is actually, I think this person right there, her name was Devota. So she was the one that ended up carrying my luggage. So we end up at we were doing the Lemosho route. So on Kilimanjaro, we're on like the west side of the mountain, and we're going to take about 5.5 days to go up to the top, and then 1.5 days to go down. So we're gonna, if the mountain's shaped kind of like an oval, we're gonna be coming up the west side for about 5.5 days, and then we're gonna exit the south side. So the idea of taking that long is to kind of get you acclimatized to the altitude, slowly going higher and higher, getting exposed to really high and then coming back down until finally you do the final summit, and then you basically get off the mountain pretty fast. So the first gate here, the first spot was called Lemosho, and that's where we got we had to check in. There was like certification and all this stuff you had to do. And the guides were basically doing all that paperwork. They gave us a lunch, which was the first of like way too much food. You can see kind of what the lunch here is. It's a lot of fruit and snacks and stuff, and egg. There's like a chicken breast or a chicken thigh in there or something too. So there we go, right? Kilimanjaro National Park. There's me getting ready to go. Look how intrepid. There's the gate. So Lemosho Gate. So we're already at 2,000 meters. And you can see this is the route that we're going to take. We're going to be going to Intimukuba, whatever camp. Then that's day 1. Day 2 is we're actually going to pass through Shura 1. We're going to end at Shura 2. And then we're going to go to Barranco, Karanga, Barufu, and then the peak. So that's the general route. And again, 9 hikers. There's me. Just so you know, I was actually there. There we are. No idea what's ahead of us. So it starts out in a really a tropical rainforest climate. So very lush. Yeah, still happy, still ignorant about what's going to be coming along here. It's kind of interesting, right? You got like Spanish moss type of things growing and things like that. Very lush, very green, lots of canopy, lots of shade. They warned us there were these stinging nettles that like I basically don't touch. Very bad. And I think that the first day was only, we started in the afternoon because we left in the morning, a few hour drive, got lunch, and then started maybe around 12 or 1 walking or hiking. And we made it to the first camp probably in a few hours. Lots of up and down, but nothing too horrible. And you can see, right, we ended up about 500 meters or so. So now we're in like mountainous forest. And again, the next day we're going to be headed to Shura Camp 2, which takes, it was an 8 or a 9 hour day coming up. So there I am there. Again, see how, like, I can't believe. The campsite, just to give you a sense of what the campsite looks like. So there are official camp areas at each of these. So you have to, the way the national park is set up, you have to camp at these areas. It's all very regulated and whatnot. And so there's lots of these touring companies and everything that do this stuff. So when we got there was lots of stuff set up, and our camp was also set up. So again, the idea of having the porters was that not only were they carrying our luggage, but they were setting up the campsite, tearing it down, cooking the food, and doing all the stuff. So I think I said before I went on the trip that this was as close to glamping as you could possibly get. While that is true, it was still pretty arduous. So I can't imagine what it would be like if you had to do all this stuff yourself. But here you can see, right? Yeah, that's right. All you have to do is walk. So we had a dedicated eating tent, and they would set up a table with chairs in it, and there was usually food, like a plate of popcorn with some biscuits. There was always tea and coffee. And what was this? That was our first like cooked meal there. Okay, I didn't take a lot of pictures of the campsite, I guess. All right, so I guess the next day we're heading out. I'm just taking pictures of stuff. Oh, you know, like a little brick. Oh, no, they had tea. It was all bagged, like Kilimanjaro black tea or Kilimanjaro English breakfast or whatever. The basically after the very first thing, there was no bottled water. So bottled water only on the first, basically where we just start, and then after that, the porters would go to natural sources for the water, and then use purification and boiling to have our drinking and cleaning and cooking water. So they would, you know, there were set places where you could go to get water. Porters handled all that again, which was pretty wild. The path was often, like, initially it was just kind of like you know, soil, dirt, forest floor, where there was sort of like an attempt to make, you know, roots and things as like a there's monkeys in one of these somewhere, but you can get a sense. This is one of the areas where we stopped. It was a wider area, so we took a break here. Oh, there's the monkey. Is that the... Yeah, that's the monkey. There you go. You can see him. We got a better shot of the monkeys late coming down the mountain. The scenery. So this is me looking back, and you know, just trying to catch the occasional glimpse of the countryside, which is pretty beautiful. You can see at this point we're coming out of the like rainforest with the overhead and more kind of like scrub, more scrubby, smaller stuff. Oh, it's just avoid wildfires. We took pictures of the monkeys as they were coming around the mountain when they came. Yes. Beautiful, like sort of rolling hills here. Oh, that was an allergic reaction apparently or something. Here you go. Oop. There's a great shot there looking back of the countryside. Any I don't think so. There's not really much art in the way of archaeology. Getting a little bit of a lesson on the flora. Again, just beautiful. Beautiful shots. And that was the first camp. So this is still the second day. That was the first camp. But we're not stopping there, so we're still going. I guess we grabbed lunch. There you get a sense of how carb heavy the lunches were. I forget why I took a photo of that. Okay, and then we made it to the second camp. So this is the end of the second day. Sun is setting. I think... no. Yeah, end of the second day. You get a sense of what the campsite looks like here. Some beautiful shots here as the sun's setting. Okay, and then you can kind of see we're in a very scrubby scrub rush area. So third day, we're heading up. A lot of it was kind of this like rocky... Oh, big panorama. I think this was the day we got rained on. Oh, no. Okay, so this is, they took us up to 15,000 feet here. So that's about what, like 4,000 meters? I forget. This was the initial test on altitude, just to say like, hey, how are you feeling? The peak is at 19,000. So this is kind of the highest that we've been at this point. Getting up there was brutal. And we took a little bit of a break there. And then I guess... Oh yeah, no, it's just a camp at Lava Tower. And then you go back down to a lower, slightly lower, like 12,000 for sleep. So again, it's like get exposed to the high altitude and then come back down and sleep down there. So the peak, I think the peak is visible, but it's all cloudy at this point. You can see what, oh yeah, so after that lava tower at 15,000, we're headed down. It was pretty treacherous coming down. You can see what kind of that looks like. It was all very uneven and oh, and then like you could see, so like now that's where we're headed. So we're about to like go down, cross this river, and then go all the way up that thing. So that was always like horrible to see. It's like, hey, we made it all the way up. Wait a minute, why are we going down? Like we're gonna have to go back up again. Like, no, stop it. More of those trees. Little waterfall. There's these really neat plants and whatnot. What if you didn't go up and down? Oh, there's a video here. He's explaining the plant, which won't do. Okay, so then we ended up at Barranco Camp. That was the end of the third day. So we're at almost 4,000 meters. You can see, I guess we're like a moorland vegetation zone. Apparently that's a video and whatever. There we go. There's the peak. You can see the peak from here. What? Why? Oh, it's this camera. If I get too close, this camera starts to wonk out. So this is what our tents look like. There's my friends. We got this shot as the clouds were rolling in. I mean, oh, and I think that was the next day. It was like crystal clear. But like in the afternoon, it was sort of clear, and then anyway. So here we are. This is the next morning. This is the morning of the fourth day. It's now like everything is frosted overnight. You can see everything's covered in ice. So all of our tents were all crusty. You can see the peak again quite clearly. That's where we're headed. Some shots of the camp. We are going to be going up this wall. We're going up this thing. This was the most technical part of the... Oh, there we go. It was a whole panorama. This is the most technical part of the climb. This is now we've left the camp, and you looking back, and you can see the camp. Oops. So we're making our way up. Again, looking back at the camp.
Hello there.
Whoa. So there were a couple spots as we're going up this wall. There's the peak again, where you kind of had to shimmy along a wall and do a kind of a big gap. It wasn't too bad, but it was definitely the more like be careful phase. You didn't need any special stuff or anything. Our porters had set up a table with tea at a halfway point. So we had tea where we were going. There's the peak again, getting closer. I'm going to try to hurry. We got ads coming here soon. You can see right again, like you would often just see like, yep, we're okay. That's where we're going. Long way to go. Oh yeah. It's very... There weren't a lot of just flat places, but there were occasionally areas that were just kind of flat. Or, you know, not rocky. Okay, I think that's where we could see the next camp. But we still had to, like, go down this thing and go all the way up that hill. So you can see all the porters and everyone going up. More of those plants. Very pretty. Okay, so we made it to Karanga camp. This is the second to last camp. So we're at 4,000 meters again. We're kind of hovering there. Another example of a meal. Lots of potatoes, lots of carbs. There we go. That's what the tent looked like. I have, like, gotten zero sleep at this point. I did not sleep well the entire time. See, like, I normally look like that anyway. Okay, this is the... Oh, yeah, we had pizza. That was awesome. It was actually pretty good. So there's the peak again, getting closer and closer. So we've got one more camp to get to. This is the second to last camp before the base camp. This is the morning. That's right. Grumpy. Grumpy me. I'm always grumpy. Come on. You can see we're pretty well above the cloud line at this point. Oh, and then on this morning, we did a little thing with the group. So we sort of reintroduced ourselves with the group. So you can see here's all the people in the blue shirt. No, exactly. All the people in the blue shirts here are the ones that are helping us, basically. So we did like this whole reintroduction. They do a little song and a dance, Mawa, Flower, singing a song, calling out names and stuff. It's fun. There were these like large pigeons. They were quite tasty. There's the peak, although it's a bit hidden. Okay, so I think now we're headed to base camp. We're headed to the final camp before the peak. And it's only a few miles, but remember, we're at a really high elevation at this point. We're at like 13,000 feet. We're headed up to 15,000 feet. We had another break for tea. Terrible, you know, like, oh, more tea. Here we are on the path. You get a sense of the trail of people going. Dear esteemed climbers, do not put yourself at higher altitudes if you have breathing problems, persistent headache, or any severe mountain sickness symptoms. So again, that's the idea of trying to get you exposed to the higher elevation initially and come back down, give your body more time to adjust. Every day, in the morning and in the evening, they had a pulse oximeter, and they would test our blood oxygen and our pulse. And then they would ask us a series of questions. They basically say, like, how bad do you feel? It was literally a scale of 0 to 10 of like 10 is like, I feel like I'm going to die. And 0 is I feel fine. And then it was like, do you have nausea, a headache, difficulty breathing, vomit, diarrhea, etc. And for the most part, everyone was generally fine, which was good. Most of the people took a pill called Daioh, which was, I think I explained this before. It's a anti-epilepsy pill, but it works for helping with altitude sickness because it does something about acidifying the blood and basically causing you to just breathe more rapidly. So it can help with oxygen levels. I did not take the medicine. Honestly, because I just didn't get to my doctor before going on the trip, and I was like, yeah, whatever. They said it was optional. I ended up being fine. The only time I had a slight headache were usually in the mornings when I was clearly just dehydrated. So I was generally fine. Local guides and park rangers are well aware of mountain hiking risks. Please follow their advice. Group leaders must abide to the park guide ranger instructions. We all love the mountain. Let us make climbing safe by considering descending as a better option. This is a very common message of like, hey, we want to get you to the top, but you know, we're going to make sure you're safe. So, and here we go. So we made it to Badafu camp. This is the base camp. So this is at 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters. This is the camp that gets you to basically the peak. Stella Point is right before the peak, so you hit both of those on the climb. So we made it to the base camp. There we are, getting our picture. They always wanted to do the picture stuff. Yep, Badafu camp. So this was our camp at the base camp. These little green huts, that was the porta potties. I have a picture of the porta potty later in case you were curious how we went to the bathroom. When we were hiking, you could just kind of go off on the side and go wherever you wanted. I managed to avoid having to take a bush poop, which I am happy to say. This is the tent where we ate food. You can see, right? This is very, very cloudy. Oh, so this is the night. Okay, so to climb the summit, we got to this camp, the base camp, on day 5 at like maybe around 1 o'clock. We headed to the peak at 11 o'clock that night. So from like 1 to 11, we had dinner and then like a chance to sleep, which was not really sleep. We got up at like 10 p.m. and the trek started at 11. But when we got up at 10 p.m. that night, you could see the city below, and I mean that's how we're up 15,000 feet. That's 3 miles. This is pretty wild, and that didn't come out too well. I was trying to get oh, there we go. This is a sense of like everyone getting ready to be going out. Now it is dark. It is a full moon. You can see there's the moon. But it is dark out. And I guess that's the peak. That's where we're headed. There's the moon. Okay. I did not take any pictures along the way because, one, it was freezing. So 11 p.m., again, at night at 15,000 feet, headed up to 19,000 feet. It is below freezing. We were fortunate in that it was not very windy. But I had on like full gloves, a heavy coat, snow pants, a thermal hat, basically a lot of stuff. So, and my phone unlocks with my thumb. So with my gloves on, I couldn't take any pictures. We all had these, the bladders that you can put water in and then have a little tube to suck on as you're like hiking, climbing, or biking or whatever. They told us like, hey, as we're going up, when you get some water, you had to blow back positive pressure to clear the line because your line will otherwise freeze and you won't be able to get any water. We also had bottles of water. They said like, put them upside down in your backpack because they're going to start to freeze so that when you go to take the water, the lid isn't frozen. So there were a couple problems there. First of all, maybe about like a third of the way through, like I was getting to the point where I just couldn't blow back the pressure. I was so exhausted that like pushing and exhaling was too much work and too difficult to get the line cleared. So eventually my line froze. Talking to everyone else, they all had their bladders all froze as well, the lines. I was fortunate in that my bottle made it most of the way. It did start to freeze, but I was able still to get water from it. So it was about, 6 hours to get up to this point. This is Stella Point. There was just a massively steep incline that we were going up. And again, it took maybe about 5.5, 6 hours to get up there. It's middle of the night. We've got headlamps on, and really all you're seeing is the person in front of you, and you're plodding along, and they're going at a very slow pace, step, step, step. But after a while, like even lifting your legs feels like they're lead. And there were moments that I thought I was just going to pass out because like I'm just tired, exhausted, and it's just so monotonous. And I was having trouble breathing. It was ridiculous. It was amazing. Couldn't add a little salt. It's funny. I did have electrolytes in there, and it was still freezing. So, you get up this big steep slope, and it finally levels out, and this is Stella Point. It's not the top. It's not the top, but you are basically past the really, really, really brutal point. I mean, there were points in this where there were like maybe big rocks with steps that you had to go that maybe like 2 times the size of a normal step, which doesn't sound bad, but unbelievable. I mean, it was so exhausting to go up that small amount of a step. We took the occasional break. There weren't a lot of breaks. And you'd catch your breath and you'd feel like, okay, I'm good again. And then I'd swear it immediately. It was like, well, here's a big step. And then you go up the step and just be like, I'm exhausted again. But yeah, so we made it to Stella Point. This is the point where I think like I broke down and was just like, I can't believe it. Right. I knew we weren't at the top, but that was so brutal. It was so brutal. And I think I talked before about, I was number 1 behind the guide. So there were 9 of us again, 4 of me and my friends. We were all, I'm 49, my friend's 50, 54, 55. So we're all in that age range. The other 5 hikers, they're all in their mid 20s and 30s. So they put us older guys up in front, and I was the first of the group, right? And during that hike up, like I was doing my best to follow the guide, and I was dying. I mean, I was breathing so fast, like it felt almost like a good stress test of like, well, if my heart's gonna pop, it's gonna be now. I mean, I was breathing so ridiculously fast, and so exhausted. And there were points where I was just kind of starting to lean my pulse and taking more of a break, just a quick like pause to catch a breath. And at maybe like the 3/4 point, they took my pack off. The lead guide's like, hey, you know, we're gonna take your pack. Don't worry about it. We're fine. You're good, but we're gonna lighten your load a little bit. And so, so mental note, right? I'm like, oh shit, like I'm not doing great. I feel terrible. They're taking my pack. I feel like I'm holding everyone up. And I got into this really bad mental state of just thinking like I was fucking everything up and like holding everyone up, right? And that's how most of the hike was for me, or at the end. Maybe that started around the halfway point. And when we got here, that's when I got to talk to a couple people, and they were like, what the hell was that? We thought we were going to die. Why were we going so fast? And I was like, oh, I thought, I was just trying to keep up with the guide. Like, anyway. Anyway, so that was kind of the moment where I kind of had my, I think, like emotional release of relief. Anyway, so we keep going because we're not done. It's actually still another hour hike, and we have to go up another, I think, another like 300 or 400 meters. Oh, that's me. Hey Swig, how's it going? That's right. Slow them down. Okay, and so then we made it. So again, it was another hour or so, and it was still incline, but it wasn't as brutal an incline. And so we made it to the top here as dawn was coming up. So there you go. Mount Kilimanjaro, Uhuru Peak, 6,000 meters, the highest point in Africa, the world's highest freestanding mountain. Hey, chicken. Yeah, that's right. First try. So, right, the view up there was just ridiculous. You can see there's some snow up there. There's a plaque up here. It's interesting. Tanganyika is like the history of Tanzania is pretty interesting. That's like the older name of the country. So there we are. There's our team that made it. We went with the Climbing Kilimanjaro group. That's my, they made us bring a flag. You can see there's still glaciers up there. They are shrinking. And apparently at some point you used to be able to climb those, but they don't allow it anymore. They're shrinking, and it's like too dangerous. So the Calvin Klein group, yeah. Okay, so one of the crazy things about this is, so we summited in like 6 hours 40 minutes from the base camp, or from wherever they start timing it. We made it to the top around dawn, so it's around 7 or so. We had to come back down. In fact, they tell you like, hey, we're going to watch you. You're at 19,000 feet, 19,300. You might start, going a little bit weird. So whatever, when you feel ready, you can go down. And they let us, we all went up together, but they said basically, we'll escort people separately or in groups down at your own pace. So but you have to head back down. It took us like 4 hours to get back to camp, the base camp where we spent the night. We had an hour to sleep and pack, and then have lunch, and then we had to go another 7 miles to a lower camp. So the base camp was at was at 15. We needed to get down to 10,000. So that day was brutal. I mean, we're already like way exhausted, and like, no, you got to go another 7 miles down. And so a star bug, yeah. So we started heading back down. I'm still trying to take pictures. I think this is it. Mueca camp. The Mueca camp is where we then. No. Oh yeah, no. So that was it. This is what the porta potty looked like. It was the big tent, and we just had this. So if you wanted to, when you wanted to go to the bathroom, that was your friend. So that night we spent the night at the Mueca camp. It was at like 10,000 feet. It rained that night. We were already in the tents, fortunately. But the next day, I didn't get any pictures of it, but the peak was covered in snow. So it snowed up there. The guides basically said, like, we had the best weather for both going up and being up there, because it wasn't windy, it wasn't snowing or raining, and it was pretty clear when we were up there, as you saw from the pictures. Yeah, exactly. No, it was way better than squatting. So we spent the night there at 10,000, and the next day is another 7 miles, and you're out. So you're right. It's pretty fast to get out. It was still another like 4 or 5 hour hike, because it was pretty rocky terrain. I didn't get a good picture of like how rocky it was. But you can see we're getting back into kind of the rainforest area. Oh yeah, check that out. There's a really neat vine branch there. We're getting back to the oh, that didn't come out very well. There we go. Kind of a neat pitcher plant. Kind of the mossy areas. There will be a monkey here at some point. Those are two of our guides. Yeah, so coming down in altitudes, it's not a problem, or typically not a problem. In fact, they sort of aim to get you down off the big altitude sooner. I think this might be where the monkey is. No, maybe not. Okay, yeah, there's the monkey. I think the monkey poops at some point. Yep, there's the poop. Monkey pooping. Honestly, that's about like the only animal that we saw on Kilimanjaro. So we started to come out more into openings. Some flowers and stuff. There was this sort of like not really a shelter, but like a part where they had these little like carts, and it was for like the porters. They could like put a lot of supplies on there and wheel them up. So we were now at a point where there was like a paved road. Well, not paved, but it was like a big road that you could a vehicle could drive up. So now we're getting towards the very end. This is the end. You can see the all the buses and everything. There you go. Congratulations. Bon voyage. Some fun flowers. And there we go. The Mueca gate. We made it. And of course there were shops there. We had some Fanta, had some beer too. They took us to a restaurant. The restaurant had this mural on the side. So this, we went from that to this place to have a meal, to have lunch, and they did a little certificate ceremony. So they printed out certificates. It actually just reminded me that one of my buddies still has my certificate. They served a meal that was still ridiculously heavy in carbs. Because like, I'll be honest, like at this point, it was fine food, but this was just like, I don't want any more of food like this. I did my best to eat what I could. Oh, and this was the MVP for the trip. It was this chili sauce. This got doused on everything to help give it more flavor. Yeah. Anyway, they had a souvenir store where I got some stuff. You know, lots of, you know, magnets, lots of just stuff. Some neat art. There was some neat art there. And there were some sculptures in the thing. So that was pretty much it. I've got a lot of other pictures of stuff. Next day we went on. I absolutely had a pizza when we got back, and I ate the whole thing. It was wonderful. There we are hanging out at the pool the next day. This is in the bar, and I think the next day succulents. We went to a 5-star hotel that was near us for a dinner. And they had this beautiful view from the roof, looking out on the landscape. I mean, it's very pretty. This is not what the city looked like from the street level, but from the roof level, it's just very pretty. I got this chili mojito, which is ridiculously good. And then we basically had this ridiculous steak dinner. There's my Mount Kilimanjaro shirt. Yeah, I had the lamb shank. It was a very fancy meal. The four of us, our bill ended up being just shy of 1 million shillings, which is like $400. But easily a meal that would have cost twice as much in the US for what we had. So the next day we went to a safari, and this is the park. It was Tarangire National Park. And lots of termite mounds everywhere, these huge mounds. Lots of, oh, those aren't skulls. Lots of skulls everywhere. Beautiful birds. There's me. I mean, that just gives you a sense of how big these things are. They're huge. So I'm not gonna go through all of this. So we're in a safari vehicle where you can stand up. The roof lifts up, and you can stand up in the vehicle and take pictures like this. So we saw lots of elephants and zebras. Oh, and giraffes. There's giraffes and zebras. So, lots of wildlife, or zebras, elephants. Oh, there you get a sense of like, yep, they'll just walk right in front of the vehicle. So you get a sense that's the roof lifted up. Oh, a little baby elephant. The other, of course, thing that, like, there's just poop everywhere. Like, you look down on the ground and it's just like piles of poop everywhere. So, life in the wild. There's the little baby. I forget those are wildebeest or whatever. Up close with the zebra. Those are like gazelles or I forget. Antelopes. Oh, also, right, baobab trees. These really ancient, giant trees, baobab. They're like thousands of years old. It was very bumpy. A honk of some sort. Get a sense of what it was like to be driving along. Little elephants, lone palm trees. More elephants. I mean, it was crazy after a while. You're just like, oh look, more elephants. At some point here, oh, there's the lions. Can you see them? This was really, really far away, but these are lionesses. There's like 4 or 5 of them. That was pretty cool. That's the closest we got to any lions. They were really far. That was actually really far away. I'm zoomed in already, and we're kind of at the limit of the. Oh yeah, there you go. There's an example of just piles of poop everywhere. This was neat. Coming up this like river. It was like a whole herd. You all got all the gazelles up there, or whatever. This troop heading up. That was so neat to see. I think that was supposed to be a baboon. I'll have a better picture of baboons later, but you can see the under the tree there. Termite mound. Oh, so there were monkeys. It looks like a snake. That's obviously the monkey tail. A lot of monkeys. Oh, so there was a baby monkey here. Yeah, look at this. Look at the little monkey. I think I've got a video here. Yeah. Aww. More elephants. Oh, the elephants here were this guy came out of the thing. He was like, he had this whole routine of like scritching himself on different rocks, and he was doing the same thing here. He was doing a whole rub down, rubbing on the rocks. It's like, yeah, I guess, you know, when you're big like that, you just kind of gotta find other things to scratch for you. We're almost done. I will stop boring you all here in a moment. More elephants. Oh, yeah, this is another sort of like big group with lots of babies. Oh, it's so fun to watch them. Another bird. It was really hard to catch the birds because they're so small. Oh, this is a warthog. I'll get a better picture there in a second. Yeah, there we go. There were 2 of them. They were rolling around in this little mud pit. There we go. Look at him go. Like, oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh yeah, okay. It's fine. We entered this one area which was a little bit more scrubby, but then suddenly there were like 5 or 8 other vehicles also crisscrossing over this whole like big plain area. Like, what's going on? It's like we're looking for cheetahs, and apparently it was like the area where the cheetahs normally hang out. But it felt very odd with like all these like vehicles moving around. Like, who's gonna find the cheetah, and like who's gonna scare away the cheetah? We did not see any cheetahs or leopards. I think that's just a big skull in the road. Oh, ostriches. Yeah, so we did see ostriches. Your cousin Geo. I think, yeah, I managed to get like they're eating these little like, I don't know, not seeds or fruit, but they're these little pods. The guy had said they're very bitter, so I bet apparently the elephants eat them. So they're sniffing around there for that, and when they grab one, they'll munch it. Another close-up of this guy feeding. Unfortunately, it's like there's also poop everywhere, right? So it's a delicate thing to like not pick up the poop. I'm sure like it's obvious to the trunk that like, no, that's poop. You can see there he's going. If I turned up the sound, you could probably hear the trunk puffing. Like it was that loud. Funny. There he's going. And grabbing stuff. There you go, got one. I don't know if you can see him. Okay. Anyway. Oh, and the baby was doing it too. Oh, there you can see the little, like, almost like acorn type things. There we go, we got one. Yeah. Alright. So at some point, we did that for like a few hours. Then there was like an area where you could grab lunch. Oh, there's the baboons. So there's a group of baboons. There we go. That was a good one of the baboon there. There's a little guy, little baboon. There's this bird. So now here, was us at lunch. I don't know if you can hear that. It was a very vocal bird, very pretty. It was like a blue. My friend's banana got stolen by a monkey at lunch. This is just a great view of the area. I forget how they said the park was like 2,000 acres or something. It's pretty big. I think the rest is all. Oh, so the last big thing we saw was a secretary bird. A very large bird, secretary bird, and kind of just walking around. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a great shot of it. Beautiful bird. Oh, there you go. There you get it walking. Very raptor-like. Oh yeah, we saw a final like group of giraffes. There's like four, five of them. Yeah, that wasn't so good. All right, I think we're. Oh, there's a giraffe again. That's fine. Giraffes. More warthogs. Oh, that was a good one of the giraffe. Look at that. So the Tanzanian giraffes have more of this jigsaw puzzle pattern as opposed to kind of the more like blocky patterns. A little bit more like leaves than just like simple geometric shapes. Little leg shake. Yeah, and then here we are coming back. I think the only thing I would want to show. Oh, there was a gecko. I was back at the hotel. Okay. Oh, and then of course we all had pizza. And this was breakfast. The breakfast at the hotel was like a continental breakfast. This was, I usually had like 2 plates of food. But fresh fruit, bacon. Yeah, it was wonderful. Also the beer. The beer were these giant beers, and those were like $3. So, oh, and that's Mount Meru. So that's a smaller mountain, but it was a mountain that was near the hotel where we were. We actually stayed at the Mount Meru Hotel. So, oh, and the last thing I think I'll show is, I think I mentioned this before, but on the side of the road, there was an inordinate number of nurseries where there were just plants that you could buy. And I think, yeah, so see, right? It's just like, here's a bunch of plants, and there's like in bags. And this is just on the side of the road. Huge variety of plants. Well, there's another, right? And this was frequent. It was frequent like that. This is from the hotel again. We went back there for a meal, for lunch. There's Mount Meru again. Really neat rooftop pub. Had some beer that was absolutely terrible. It was Twiga beer. And had lunch there. So it was so fancy that they wrapped the spare roll of toilet paper in like fancy cloth. Oh, and absolutely delicious dessert. This is like a pudding. Oh, and these jacaranda trees or whatever, they were in bloom. They apparently are bloom in like September, October. So we got to see that purple everywhere. There's more of this nursery stuff and beer. So that's it, I think. Don't need to see the rest, but there you go. You got to see all 500 photos. Yeah, it was an awesome time. Awesome time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Great to spend time with friends and just kind of relax. It was not a like relaxing vacation. I mean, it certainly had its relaxing moments, but that was definitely like a vacation that like I needed to recuperate from. It was nice. So when we got back from the when we got back from the summit to the hotel, we had an entire day of nothing. That's where we were at the pool, went to the 5-star hotel for dinner. And then the day after we went to a safari. that was nice because that was a good, just like, you know, make sure you had a good shower, unpacked everything, got everything cleaned up, and just sleep and take it easy. Yeah, we should get pizza. That sounds really good right now. So we had the safari, and then the next day was the day we started to go home, but our flight didn't leave till 9 p.m. So that was you know, the day itself was kind of long, and then it's like, then you go to the airport and start your 25-hour trek home. Like, whoa. But good to be back. It's one of those things that, like, I'm glad I did it, but I don't have any desire to repeat that anytime soon or to try to, like, one-up it. Next year, Mount Etna, yeah. Yeah, you know, right, there's people that will do, like, the tallest peak on each continent or something like that. Like, yeah, no, I don't have that. Don't have any desire to, like, start doing anything like that. Pearl knit. Yeah. So, actually, while I'm at it, let me also show off, just for proof positive, I did beat Silk Song today. There's the final achievement, and I did do 100%. So, I did it. I did it. So now I can focus on playing Pokemon, I guess. I guess I saved the well, for me, one of the harder bosses for the last. The last major boss I did before the final boss was the Scarsinger Carmelita. Man, that boss is annoying. There we go. Okay, row 86. But all in all, I love the game. It was a lot of fun. Basically, at this point, the only major achievements left for me to get are the Hunter Memento, which is kind of like filling out the bestiary, which, like, I could try to do whatever, who cares. And the rest are all, I think, related to the Steel Soul mode, which is basically you die, you're done. And I have zero desire to do that at the moment. that would be really difficult. I don't even know how to go about doing that. I'd have to get like a like speedrunner set up on it. Oh, there's some speedrunner achievements too, which again, like, but basically it would be like trying to do the speedrun, because I think in total I took something like 60 hours for game completion. And obviously you would not want to do, you can apparently speedrun the game in much less. Let's say you felt about the base game 100%. No thanks, not a speedrun. Yeah, I think you can speedrun the game apparently like in 5 hours or something like that. Probably even less now. You can, I've seen 100%, like Hectique is doing like 7 hours, 100%, which is ridiculous. But it's that level of like, I would go that route, because that way, if you die, you're talking about 5-hour chunks rather than 60-hour chunks. but that's something for like retired Kantar, not like working slob Kantar. Honestly, that also feels like I don't have any other games that I really want to play. So let me, you know, continue to enjoy this game, which isn't a bad thing, but my backlog is so huge. Like, I'd rather play some other games and be like, yeah, let me Steel Soul mode this one. But who knows? Find me in the right time and place, and maybe like completely doable. I 100%'d Spelunky when I was in Afghanistan, which is pretty crazy. Spelunky has one of the harder achievements that I think I've ever seen, which was a no gold run. If you've ever played Spelunky, you probably can understand how difficult that achievement is. In fact, I think it's one of those, like, not a lot of people have gotten that achievement. 13, 14, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, four. I think for the Steel Soul achievement, that maybe you only have to like clear the first part of the game. I don't think you have to clear the whole game. Maybe you do. Or maybe it's like a slightly different route. There are different characters, a few different characters that appear apparently in that mode. But I should probably pick up Pokemon again. Did we started that last week, I guess. I only played it for like a day. It seemed fine. The action, the combat was a bit more engaging than I thought it was going to be. It was way more engaging than it was in Arceus, which is good. But if it does, it's clearly got like a loop, and I can't say it's the most exciting loop. So we'll see what else they do to change it up, because otherwise if it's the same thing like I'm already doing, like I don't know about that. So I have to imagine that something else changes. But I'm playing it on Switch too. I migrated everything over from my Switch. Oh man. What other big games are coming out in the next few months? I already know what you're gonna say. Yeah, about the Dragon Quest 7. What else? There's another Octopath game coming out, isn't there? Oh, that's right. There's the 1-2 HD too. Oh, that's in February. Okay. You haven't paid enough attention more than outside that this year. Pretty much everything you wanted is out. Yeah. When does Metroid Prime 4 come out? Nintendo's been talking more about that, but I haven't really paid attention to it. Silent Hill F and Borderlands 4. I've seen the Silent Hill F, like, I guess, like, I've never been a huge fan of those games, but it looks interesting. Goog says December 5th. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. You watch Red play some, meh. Silent Hill F, yeah. Yeah. It's funny, like, if I hadn't known, I would have thought it was like Fatal Frame or something like. I'm not a big Fatal Frame fan, but enough to, like, get the gist of, like, it's usually like a Japanese schoolgirl ghosts. That's kind of just what it looked like to me. Like, looks nice, history's nice, but the gameplay, yeah. And the running looked frustrating. You know, looking back at my Silk Song run, the game that I played with Silk Song, the only major mistake, quote unquote, that I made was not exploring Mount Faye sooner. Mount Faye, when you encounter it, it's got the cold damage mechanic, right? So you'll slowly freeze, so you've got to find warm spots, etc. And it's in a really rough area, the slab, which when I first ran into it was just brutal. And so I was just more inclined to get out of there, and so I never really went back to Mount Faye. And
Hello there.
it turns out not to be that bad. It's a lot of parkour and whatever, but that's pretty par for the course. Parkour is par for the course. But anyway, but Mount Faye is where you get the double jump, and that held me back in a lot of areas for a long time. Now on the plus side, like I explored the hell out of everything else up until then, but again, like looking back, that's probably the biggest, like, quote unquote error that I made is putting that off. Another frustrating for Seinfeld F is you must do multiple runs to get the. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, well, how long is a run through? Like, if a run through is like a couple hours, like, sure. If a run through is like 20, 30 hours, like, no thanks. Oh, that's the end of the soundtrack. I think it was around 6 to 8. That's not so bad, I guess. Once you know what to do, okay. At some point, I'd like to pick up some of the older games like Lies of P and whatever, but at the moment, don't have the slack time for it. Oop, oop. Slip stitch. All right, we are on the end here. Where are we? 2. Bum 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 bum. Oh man. An a cappella octet singing a medley of Disney. Nice. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's fine. Um, okay, there we go. Had a bunch of windows open, then I'm like, what are these? They are no longer open. All right, let's do one more row. We'll do one more row. It'll be a heavy cable row. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at doing some corner to corner stuff, maybe. I need to either figure that or some Tunisian crochet. But I wanted to look at doing some pixel stuff in crochet. And it looks like corner to corner is sort of the classic way to do it. Let's see. Oh, right. Okay, so we're on row 87. Let me check Akira real quick. We're not going to read any other manga. We might read Azumanga, but doubtful. We're on chapter 40, which is going to be here 113. So we stopped here. 113 to 132. So that's 19 pages. If there's not a lot of, if there is a lot of dialogue, that will be in trouble. It's a mix. Oh, it's a. Okay, there's a fair amount of action. Oh, that's not so good. Okay, so that's where we're gonna pause. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right, let's do row 87. This is going to be a cable heavy side. Knit, knit, purl. Okay, with this now we're on A3, which is an immediate cable, and that's held in front. There we go. Okay. We're also past the easy cable here. So instead of just one cable, where are we? We're on B15 now. We've got 4 again on these sections. It's like 442, 441, 442, 441. So we're on the first of the 4s. So we're gonna purl. I've at least figured out, like, if it's 3 knits, those come in front. Like there's really only two options here. You've got 3 knit stitches, which you pull in front, and you're purling 1, and then knitting those 3. And then that means the other stitch will be 1 purl that goes in back. So 15. So then we purl 2. And then that leaves a purl here. So we'll cable that in back. And then we knit 3. And purl 1. So it took me a while to figure out. It's relatively simple to figure that out. You're basically always either shifting 1 left or right, and there's only 2 ways to do that. Now, because we just crossed these over, this one's ready to shift to the right, so we take 3, pull them in front, we purl this 1, that's what's going to shift it right, and then we knit the 3 off the hook. And then it's going to be purl 2. And again, we got 1 purl there. So that's going to go in back. And so then we knit 3. And then purl the 1 that we put in back. All right. And then we purl 1 to end the section. And then C7, I believe, is simply just we're knitting. Oh, wait, no, we're not there yet. We got the A section first. Back to the left. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, there we go. Looking good. All right, so the honeycomb pattern is good because every other row on the right side, there's no cables. So this is our only like respite that we get from all the cables. So we just knit across here now. So this is nice. Nice and easy. Don't get to do that too often where it's just like knitting. Yes. Okay. Fun. Nice to just burn along knitting. It was a lot faster. You're back. You have ramen. Hey, welcome back. Ooh, ramen. What kind of ramen? Sounds delicious. It's Ichiban original. They didn't have much of a selection. That's okay. Do you do spicy at all, or prefer not spicy? No, no spicy. Yeah, the classic ramen for that is bulldog or whatever. That stuff is can get crazy spicy. Sir Casimir. Oh, okay, Sir Casimir's all about spicy. Szechuan style. Yeah, I think the bulldog is like a Korean thing. Yeah, he gets that stuff. I don't know what spice the bulldog uses, but it's pretty pretty up there. If it has a pepper on it, he'll eat it. Yeah, those are really tasty. I do like the bulldog. It is spicy, but it's actually still pretty flavorful, which is good. You know the one he brand, it has a penguin on it or a chibi chicken. Love the noodles too. Yeah, they're usually like a thicker noodle, aren't they? That's the one. I do like the thicker noodles. Lovely instant noodles. You know, I have made ramen, like from scratch. It's not, honestly, like it wasn't that like earth-shattering over the instant. Hey, Jamie, you only use half the spice bag when you do? Yeah. I've done that if I'm not in the mood for full spice, I often just do the half. By the way, I made the skillet cookie today. I mean, it's a cookie in a skillet, but anyway, it's I ate maybe a third of it. Is delicious. You're a full believer that Kaz doesn't like tasting his food. Yeah, I guess that is the problem with the spicy stuff sometimes. Where it's like, yeah, no, I'm not actually tasting anything here. Just fire. You only get about a third too. Your dad eats the rest. That's a good arrangement. I will eat the whole thing, it just won't be all today. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Feel free to say howdy or lurk, whatever you're comfortable with. We're just going to be working on this sweater for a bit, although we will be reading some Akira soon. He tells me that you will get used to the spice until you tell him that's not how it works. You're just not consistent with it. Ichigo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. When you make spicy, you get all of it. Oh, your dad doesn't do spicy. There you go. You make a spicy cookie then. You usually get used to the spice. You got to survive. Well, that's the thing, right? You gotta routinely have the spice. If it's like you have the spice and you don't have it for another week, like no. You don't want to melt your stomach. Fair. Fair. Hope you're having a good weekend, or just chilling here doing some knitting and listening to music. We'll be reading some manga here in a little bit. You got the stitches picked out for both sleeves. Oh, good. Enough rows on each sleeve to establish a pattern. Nice. So you did both sleeves at once? Or you're working on both at once? Yes, it's not just the stomach. That's the problem with the really spicy stuff. Like it'll burn on the way in and it burns on the way out. Ooh. So, gotta love Reddit. Gotta love Reddit. I logged into Reddit for some reason yesterday to look up something. I get an email this morning from Reddit saying they've locked my account because of unusual activity. Presumably that I logged in. And that I should change, I need to reset my password now. Okay. So I go to Reddit, right? I don't click on any links just to make sure. I go to Reddit, and sure enough, there's a red banner at the top saying, like, I need to reset my password. Okay. So I go. Now, here's the stupid thing. They've locked my account for suspicious activity. I can still go to my profile and see my email address and all my information. So they haven't secured the account from any, right? If I'm a nefarious person, I still have access to all my information. Okay. So I go to password and I click change password. There's the current password. Okay. It's our, auto filled in, and the new password. I fill that in, save. Something went wrong. I shit you not. That's all it says. Something went wrong. And I can't change my password. I tried a couple times and I just gave up because it wasn't doing it. And so I still have this red banner that says, like, I need to reset my password. I have no effing, Reddit is so effing stupid. Literally, the suspicious activity is that I logged in. I don't normally log into my Reddit account, so I guess it was suspicious that I logged in. Oh my gosh, like, just kill me. Anyway, you're working them both at once, so you're not going to be like, no, oh yeah, how did you pick those up again? No, that's a good idea. When I made the 2 sleeves for this, I wrote everything down in Notepad for the first sleeve, and I just repeated that for the second sleeve, rather than, like, trying to read the pattern again, because they're identical sleeves. Like, that's just way easier. Did it send an email asking if it was me that logged in? No. Like, I logged in and I did what I needed to do yesterday, and, like, there was no indication of anything weird. And then literally, like, the next day, probably 12 to 18 hours later, I get these emails saying, like, suspicious activity. And I looked at my account, like, what's the latest thing I've posted? Just to see, like, did someone get access to my account? Did they post something weird? And as far as I can tell, the answer is no. So it's like, oh, so again, the suspicious activity was me, I guess, logging in. So, like, whatever. I rarely use Reddit. Anymore. I used to look a little bit more frequently, but don't really bother too much anymore. Honestly, like, the only time I ever go to Reddit is when I'm searching on a topic, and it looks like maybe, usually like a tech problem, and it looks like maybe they've talked about it on Reddit. Oh crap. That's, like, usually the only time I ever go to Reddit. Anymore. Although I do have a few of the channels on RSS feed. Ooh. Crap, I did not get that all on the cable. Try that again. Okay, I am totally butchering this. Let's... What? Wait, what did I do there? Oh, okay. All right. You stopped using Reddit like that? You used to use it for finding bands and music and when playing video games? Yeah. Yeah, I used to use it for Japanese and, like, I think just some other hobby stuff. But it either got repetitive or I moved on, and so I was like, meh. There's still a lot of activity on Reddit though, so. Okay, I should have checked sooner, but these all look correct. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it feels like now it's just Reddit comes up in a search, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll go check that out. But I don't log in to, unless if I'm still logged in. Like if I'm not logged in, like I don't bother logging in. But for some reason yesterday I did log in, and I guess that was the thing that triggered the suspicious activity. That's weird. People don't log into Reddit anymore. What's this? Lock that password. All right. Okay, we're on the last little bit, and then we can get to some Akira. K1. T1. E2. So I think I mentioned maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I did start to read Akira. And I only, wait a minute. Oops. I only made it to the first part of volume 3, I think. We've definitely passed the part that I read the first time around. I was saying in Rev stream last night, I've never actually watched the anime. So I've never seen the film. So I don't really know what the differences here are in the two so far. I would like to watch it. I do have a copy, I think. I just never watched it. So I'll probably take the time and watch it after we're done reading the manga version. I think Sam was saying that they completed the film before they finished the manga one, and saying like the authors said that they regretted doing that. So that'll be interesting to see how the two deviate. Other about your knitting, you're using hand-dyed homespun yarn, alternating knitting from 2 skeins on each sleeve. Wait, alternating knitting from 2 skeins. Oh, okay. You have 4 cakes of yarn attested, so I don't know. Oh, that sounds atrocious. Okay, that was row 87. That was row 87. We're aiming for about row 110 to be the point where we start to taper in. So we're about 25 rows away. We want it to be about 18.5 inches total, and then we'll start the taper. So not very portable, or at least like dangerous. Oops. Hopefully that's okay. Okay, so 87 done. We're on 88. Oop. Special price. All right. we'll get back to some more knitting tomorrow. I might try to do some knitting tonight, further tonight, or maybe tomorrow. Because I would like to push this along. I'm aiming to get, I would like to finish the back panel by the end of the month. That's next week. So, I don't know. That might be tight. That's a self-imposed deadline. But I would like to try to be piecing this together. In other words, be done with the front as well. And starting to put it all together by, say, early December. So we'll see if I can do that. I definitely want it done before Christmas. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. I do not have any blocks. So that's one hurdle that I might need to kind of figure out sooner. About like how I'm going to actually try to block any of this. Or if I'm going to bother at all. Because I do not know. Okay. Let's read some Akira. We may read some Azumanga Daioh as well, depending on how quickly we get through this chapter of Akira. We'll see how this goes. Okay, let's pause the music and get the translator up. I got the dictionary up. We haven't really read anything else for the last couple days. I've been pretty lazy and just busy. We'll get back to reading Bleach probably tomorrow. Okay. And let me do... oh, we weren't watching Japanese cooking shows. Whatever. Okay, Akira chapter 40 in Japanese now. Writing and reading. Okay, I think we are all set. Start recording. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's read chapter 40 of Akira. When we finished chapter 39, Nezu was headed somewhere and they were on the road and ran into like an army blockade or something, and that's where we had paused. So let's continue here. Key! That's the car braking. Nani ga atte mo engine wa kiru na washi no gozu o motte. Mate. So this is Nezu saying to the driver, even if something happens, as for the engine, don't cut it. Don't turn off the engine. Even if something happens, my signal, wait for. So wait for my signal. Again, gozu. No, it's not gozu. What is this pronunciation? It is signal. Aizu. Washi no aizu o matte. Hi, yes, sir. Oh, just in case, the license plate here is Chuo, central or center. Okay. Oh, right. Yokan gaishutsu wa kinshi sareteiru kyokasho wa motteiru ka? So the soldier is saying, as for evening outings, as for going out at night, forbidden being done. So it's forbidden to be out at night. As for permission papers holding, so do you have permission papers? Kyoka is just permission, so kyokasho is just permission papers. Yeah, permit. Hi. Yes, or here you go. Mo. Seifu kankei mono ka? Or kankei ka? So, like, government-related person, question mark? Mita kao da na, oi, mado o akero. So, seen face it is, isn't it? Like, I've seen your face before, haven't I? Hey, open up the window. Kon kon, that's him knocking on the glass. Nezu sweating profusely, has no poker face. Yare! So Nezu yells out, Yare, do it. So that's his aizu, his sign. And he taps his rod cane. Ah! Goon. I guess that's the driver grabbing the stick, or the clutch. Mate, wait! Yeah! That's the wheels peeling out. Tomare, tomaran toll. So stop, you must stop. Tomaran toll. Kiki! Oh, reverse. Oh no, that's Nezu. Nezu? Omoi dashita zo. So is it Nezu? Remembered. I remembered. Okay. Komin toll? The some, like, well, yeah, okay. So this is like party. It's some sort of like citizen party. That coal is this coal, like the lecture club association. So whatever the name of the party is, apparently like this is the name of it. I don't think komin is like a normal word. Like it doesn't mean anything in particular. Which is why it's not coming up. So again, this would be like the citizen association party or faction. No Nezu da. It's Nezu of that party. Risto ni notteru zo. On the list. Noru, in this case, is going to be like put on the list. Like he's on the list. Yeah. So Noru can mean to appear in print. So he's on the list. Ute! Ute! Shoot! Shoot! Fire! Shinkyo shukyo dantai o baku ni seifu o nani nani sento suru nani nani da. Isn't that Zoku? Okay. Okay, so like knew some sort of religion. Shinkyo. There's a Shinko here. Shinko. Rising, emerging religious group. Dantai. Yeah. Shukyo dantai o baku ni. I guess like backing a new emergent religious group, the government, something trying to do this. So I need to look up this and this. Let's look up this first, since it's kind of the driving noun. Also simpler. Oh, yeah, kanzoku. This Zoku is like the Zoku of Kaizoku. So villain. So a villain. Oh, so Nezu. Nezu is a villain, a bad guy that is doing something of the government. Let's look up the second kanji since it's also simpler here. I don't recognize either of these. We've got like O, and then this touching or tampering. Honoro, trifling with, tossing about. Okay, so he's a bad guy, a villain that is doing trifling, toying with the government and backing a new emergent religious group. Okay, so I guess they know he's been involved with some more nefarious stuff. I guess that's bullets hitting the windshield here. Car turning. Keep squealing. Firing. Oh, chase after him. SB ni mo renraku o. So also to the SB communication. So drop a line also to the SB. I think the SB are those little spherical pods. Anyway. Okay, understood. なんとしても逃げ切るのだ. Okay, so no matter what, do like gotta get away? Nigekiru? Kiru meaning like sort of completely cleanly, and nige meaning to run away or to get away. So we gotta get away no matter what. Omakase kudasai. So leave it to me, please. Soriori, more than that. Shito beruto o goshio kudasaimasu. More than that, please make use of your seatbelt. Who is this guy? Okay. So firing this gun. Bullets hitting the car, I guess. Keep squealing. Oh, he's hitting the brake. Toka. Yeah. Oh, or hitting reverse suddenly. And the motorcycle collides. Is this what you? Anyway, Toka. You can hear the explosion over there. They're on fire. He's screaming. The one guy's screaming. Naniga kotterunda itai. Something's happening. Something's happening. What the hell? Or what's happening? And then itai is an intensifier. Like what the hell? What the hell's going on? Ano nezu ga kokomade yaru to wa yohodo no jitai. That nezu to this place doing as for that, it's very much a circumstance. Yohodo is just yeah. Or a way to think about this is like that nezu would be doing things up until this point, like that nezu would be going to this extent. It must be a very sizable circumstance, jitai situation. Dorun, that's him revving up his motorcycle. So I guess they didn't make it that far before, because I presumably Ryu was still hanging out in the general area because he had just spoken with Nezu earlier, I think. Anyway, off Ryu goes. There's Sakaki and two of the other people from the temple, the emergent religious group or whatever. Do omo Sakaki. How think? What do you think, Sakaki? Omoi mo kakenu ami no ugoki ki ni naru na. Okay, so omoi mo kakenu. Omoi no omoi mo kakenu. I guess this feels like more of like an expression. Actually, here, let me look up omoiga. Omoi o. Omoiga. No? Okay. Oh, whoa, I'm on the wrong thing here. Right. Omoiga kakeru. Yeah, so omoiga kakezu is unexpectedly. So this is sort of like contrary to one's thoughts. The army's movements or the movements of the army, it's on the mind. It's something to worry about, isn't it? Again, kininaru. Yeah, it's on the mind. It's bothersome. And the na here is not the typical sort of like negative, like don't worry about that. It's the na of like, hey, don't you think so? That sort of a thing, like ne. Ikusaki wa nezu no, was it shite to mita nukaru na. Okay. As for the going direction, I think ikusaki here is like where they're headed. Ooh. I don't know if we're going to see that as a yukusaki. As for the destination, Nezu's private residence, it's visible as. So like that's what I see it, that they're headed to his shite, his private residence. Nukaruna. Now this is the don't. So like don't be mistaken about it. Nukaruna. Did they? Okay, fu sounds like they're vanishing. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, no, so they just like vanished. Meanwhile, I guess there's a helicopter. Kyun 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 kyun. Doda wakaran ka? How is it? Not understanding, don't know. So presumably this is a conversation in the helicopter. We got the colonel in here too. Sakki made kanjirareta kedo ima wa mo. Okay, so the colonel is using the kids here to try to find Akira, to sense for Akira. So that's what they're talking about. So this is the colonel asking, so how is it? Like, can't you tell? Don't you know? And the answer here was, up until earlier, was able to sense, but as for now, mo, meaning no longer, like I can't sense him anymore. Akira-kun, mada kanzen ni wa me o zemashite wa inai no yo. So Akira-kun still, as for towards completeness, eyes, as for awaking, not existing, or not, it's not. So basically, Akira's eyes still aren't fully awakened completely. Me o this should be zamasu, right? Let me double check the pronunciation here. Oh, samasu. Me o samashite. Me o samashite wa inai no yo. Soda! So, indeed, or it is that way. だから急いでるんだ. And that's why I must hurry. That's why we have to hurry. Okay. Oh, this is probably the first time. This is probably the first time we've seen the colonel in his uniform, in his army uniform. He's usually been in a suit. Kyum, kyum, kyum. Okay, there's the helicopter over the city. Drum. Sai Nakaya. Interesting. Valentine? Valentine? Nini. I can't tell the rest. Okay. Anyway, that's not the important part here. Go, go. This is the army on the move, I guess. Go, 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 go. There's only the sound of the tank or something. 11区に入ります. So we're entering 11th ward. So that we saw in the previous chapter was the where the Nezu's private residence is. Yosh kono hashida. All right, it's this bridge. Oh, this is the army talking. Go, 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 go. 渡り切ったところに橋頭何の地区? Okay, so okay, like to a crossed over location. Watarikita is to like cross over completely. To a crossed over location, a bridgehead something construct. Hashi is Kyo. Kyoto. Yeah, there it is. Kyoto Ho. A beachhead, a bridgehead. Build a bridgehead at a location that's like crossed over, meaning like on the other side of the bridge. Now, this kanji is a fort. So that's like build a fortification. A bridge fortification. Okay. I wanted to double check Chiku, which I think is what that is. No, Kizuku. The Chiku is the only reading. Kizuku. Build. It's the meaning is the same. So, watarikita tokoro ni Kyoto ho o Kizuku. Whoa. Nani nani ni. Oh, let me just look that up now. That's Okoru. Something key. We want Mushi in the left radical. Holki, an uprising or revolt. Holki ni. That's Kairu. Tidal. Holki ni tidal. No, it is not tidal. Oh. Oh, no. It's not Kairu. It's got, it's different on the bottom. My bad. Okay, so what is this? Sandal, approval, endorsement. Okay. 法規に賛同しなかった部隊が他の隊と合流しようとしてるらしい。 Okay. So the didn't do approval on the uprising unit groups, other groups joining together trying to do, it seems. So I guess this is the army that's aligned with the colonel, and this person's saying the other groups that didn't sign up for the revolt seem to be trying to join together. Yahari isen wa yokeraren ka? So as expected, as for one battle, it was unavoidable or not able to avoid. Or just a battle. As for battle, it was unavoidable. Question mark, as expected. Ugh. Datsu. Oops. Oh, crap. All right, that's Edu. Datoku? Oh. Oh, it's not Datsu. It's Setsu. Setsu Datsu. Wait. Settoku, persuasion. Settoku o tsuzukete wa iru rashii ga na. I guess persuasion. As for continuing persuasion, it exists, it seems, I guess. So I guess like maybe persuasion is still continuing, meaning like trying to convince people to join the other side. Nanda? What? Naniga? Something. Or what is? Funeda! It's a boat! Okay, so I guess this is on the bridge. Oh gosh. Basically retreat. Yoke. Taihi. Yeah, take refuge. Taihi da. Taihi. It's retreat. Taking refuge. All right, boat is slamming in. Oh, I guess Kaneda and those guys took over the boat, right? Yeah, okay. Don. Okay, kind of hard to tell what's crashing there. I guess it's the boat continuing to slam into the bridge here. Doka! Blowing up. Zaba! One of the tanks sliding into the river. Nice. Okay, there's Kaneda, Kei, and Chiyoko. Chotto yarisugi janai no? Wait, like doing too much, isn't it? Isn't that like doing too much? Oh. Yodo sakusen te no. A diversion. Oh, diversionary tactics. Yeah, so diversion tactics. Yodo sakusen te no wa? As for talking about diversionary tactics, kongurai hadena kata ga ii in Daioh. So this is likely Kaneda saying, if we're talking about, or as for talking about diversionary tactics, this extent of a flashy direction or way is good, you know? Like, this is good for flashy diversions. Nanda nanda. I guess these are residents coming out like, what's going on? What is it? What is it? Moeteru zo. Oi. It burning. Hey. Yeah, presumably these are people that just live here. Isogimashou. Shite wa suku soko yo. Let's hurry. As for the private residence, it's directly over there. Or it's directly there. Okay. I guess Kay's sort of bandaged up. She's still holding her. She got shot. The bridge is still blown up. Bazaru? Oh, like Big Bazaar or something? Distracted as always. Yeah! Nanda! So someone's screaming, what is it? Like, what's going on? Yeah! Okay, so the residents are coming out and... Nanda! Dosta! Dosta! So what is it? How did? What's wrong? What happened? Miro! Nanka! Hatsushiteru zo! Look! Something is blowing up or something blew up. Hontou da! Moteru ze! Oi! It's true. It's for real. It's burning. Hey! Dare ka mi ni itte koi. Somebody, like, come and take a look, I guess. Or I guess that would technically be go and take a look. But come to the point of going and taking a look. Ah! Baka yaro! Dare ga mochiba o hanarete ii to itta? Okay, so you idiots. Somebody... Oh. Somebody, like, did somebody say that it was okay to separate from Machiba, which is kind of like your holding place, your, probably like guard station or something. Oh, Mochiba. Yeah, your post. So, again, like separating from your post being good. Did somebody say that? Doke. Basically, like move. Otto! Whoop! Da. This is terrible. That's the door opening. Urusei nanda. So, you're noisy. Shut up. What is it? Coup d'etat desu. It's a coup d'etat. Coup d'etat ga okichattemasu. A coup d'etat is occurring, is happening. All right. Nani? Nebokeru na yo? What? I guess nebokeru is like still being asleep. Yeah, like what? So this is the guy likely responding as we're seeing these guys come in. So like, what? You're still half asleep, you know? Dewa Nezu-sama ga sono. Oh, so presumably these are the guards in Nezu's residence. Probably. We'll see. This is them sneaking into, presumably, Nezu's residence. Well then, Lord Nezu, that... ... So there's those people up there. So that's still them talking. All right. Okay, so remember they said to call the SB. These are the SB. So, I really need to learn this word. Was it Tandan? No, damn it. It's Sumi. What's the only thing? Tan. Oh, right, it's not Tandan, it's Tanko. No, Tadon. Tadon. Kuso Tadon. Tadon meraga. So damn it, it's the charcoal briquettes. So me adds kind of like contempt. Ra is the plural. That's probably how that's supposed to be. I don't know that anyone, if I just heard Tadon mera, I don't know that I would have pieced, whatever. They're doing something. I guess colliding here. Oh, well, RIP car. Tsubusukida. So, like, crushing intent. It is. Like, they're going to crush us. They're intending to crush us. Ikimasu. We're going. Huh? Gingo. Okay, so somehow he accelerates or something, and these things collide into themselves. Look at this car. I think that's a Dorun. That's the engine. Oh! Gong, gong. Gong. Key. The car is squealing here. These things are somehow in disarray. Okay, presumably this is Nezu's private residence, the Shite. Footsteps. Ki no se ka? My imagination? Question mark. Ki no se. Fault of the spirit. There's the guy. Okay, so Kaneda doing his best impersonation of a Hashira pillar. Kochika? This way? Question mark. Na. To. Kochika. Oh, kana. To. Maybe like this way. I guess or maybe what? I'm not sure what he's trying to say. Not to. Ita. So existed, meaning like there he is. So meaning Akira. Goe wa sanin. As regards or duty escort, it's 3 people. Otto yonin ka? Oh, it's 4? Oh, I guess this would be the other guy would be the 4th one. Can we see what that says? It would be funny if it just said Akira. Yeah, it's hard to say. It probably says like entry forbidden or something. Huh? Oi, Tayenda! Hey, this is bad. It's terrible. Nezu-sama ga! Lord Nezu! Nezu-sama no kuruma ga kudeta gun ni yarareta rashii n da. So Lord Nezu's car by a coup d'etat army got done in, so I hear, or so it seems. Nani? What? Hontou ka? Sore wa? Is it serious? Is that true? As for that, ima minna de utte yo to yushi o nani te iru n da dou da. Okay. Okay, right now with everyone, ute de yo, trying to go out and ute, like shoot? To launch oneself upon to make one's debut. Okay. Yui, this is like, or yushi, like intent or volunteer, sure. And that is not Maku. What is this? Tsunoru. To invite contributions, soliciting help, recruiting. Okay, recruiting. Tsunoterunda. So, okay, right now with everyone trying to, I guess, launch out doing recruiting of volunteers. How is it? So how about it? So basically we're looking for volunteers to go out. So how about it? Yosh. All right. Ikaete kana. No. Ooh. I am at a blank for this one. My brain is not processing this one. It's not. Ikaide? Ikaide kana. Ikaide kana. Ikaide. Ikaide kana. I guess ikaide is like, it can be a negative, like not going. I wonder, like maybe I shouldn't go. We'll come back to this. It's not a, it's like an archaic form, which is kind of weird. So I must be kind of missing something out of really what that's supposed to be. Tarime Daioh. It's Tarime. Oh my gosh. Tarimai. Not sufficient? Is this like the negative of taru? It's not sufficient, not worth doing. Chotto matte, wait a sec. Dare ka nokote nokoshi toka ne to yabeze. So wait a second. Somebody remaining or something, isn't it that? It's no good. Okay, so yeah, that like someone has to stay here. Tarime da. Anyway. Soria soda. As for that, it is that way. So that's right. Yosh. Omae nokore. Okay, good. You remain. You stay here. Sonna, huh? That can't be. Okay, so I guess they all wanted to go, but they figured out someone has to stay, and they picked a guy, and he's like, oh. Hiroma ni shugo shiteru kara itte kure ore wa ura no yatsura ni shirasete kuru. Okay, so in the wide space, doing gatherings. So because of that, do the favor of going. As for me, like the behind guys, to them will let them know. Or the guys behind it, ura. I don't know. Hiroma. Oh, in the hall, in the spacious room. It's literally a wide space or wide spot. Anyway, I guess like people are gathering in the hall or a spacious room. So do the favor of go there. And as for me, again, the ura no yatsura, to those guys will let them know. I guess, the guys in back or the guys behind or whatever. Okay, so wakatta ikoze. Understood. Let's go. Ike, go. So Kaneda is just whispering like he wants them to go away. Ima, I guess this is still those people yelling. Ima koso warera ho nani no toki zo kitari reri. Okay, now in particular, it's our Isn't that Kiku? No, it's a different thing. Well, it's the whole of Joho. Our whole toku, moral requital. No tokizo kitareri. So now in particular, now especially, it's our, like, maybe moral imperative. It's time for that has come. Kitareri is a little bit weird. Anyway, okay. どうしていつも俺だけののけもののにするんだよ? So this guy is the guy that got picked to stay behind, I guess. And he's saying, why always just me, I guess, nokemono, which is like staying behind thing, doing. Why I'm always the one staying behind. Nokemono. Yeah, the outcast. Why am I always the outcast? Sabetsu wa ikenai te? Sabetsu? Ask for discrimination like it's no good, I'm saying. Something like that. Like being discriminated against. Miyako-sama mo oshatteta janai ka? Even or also Lady Miyako like says that, doesn't she? Tashikani boku wa noroma da shi. Certainly, as for me, it's noroma. Wait, certainly I am a blockhead. I am a dunce. Koko ni dare ga inakucha. In this place, somebody, if not existing, meaning this is an implied double negative. Basically, somebody's got to be here. Like, certainly I am an idiot. All right, as Kaneda sneaks up on him and boom. All right. Tsugi kara wa dare mo omae no hitori de tatase yo nante omo wa naku naru darou ze. Okay, so as for from the next, meaning like basically next time, nobody, you alone, will try making stand. Basically, no one's gonna have you be standing alone on guard duty. Oma wa naku naru. Not thinking becomes, right? Yeah, he's basically saying, like, I think you probably won't be made to stand alone on guard duty next time. I'm not sure why omo wa naku naru becomes not thinking. Oh, okay. It becomes not thinking that someone will try to have you stand alone. There's no negative in there. That somebody will try to make you stand alone. Okay. That's why the omo wa naku. Okay. There we go. There is Akira already in kind of like a creepy stuff with toys. And a teddy bear that can't sleep. Sleeping Akira-chan. Omukae ni kimashita yon. Okay, so this is, I guess, like, hey, sleeping Akira-chan, like, I've come to greet you. Which I guess is maybe a little bit like a fairy tale, right? Sleeping, like, whatever. Sleeping Akira-chan. Anyway, that is the end of chapter 40. I won't belabor it anymore. I think we get it. That is the end of chapter 40. Chapter 40 ends at page 132. I am almost very positive. I am double checking. It is 132. Okay. So we will pause there. Haneda has found Akira. Lots of crazy stuff going on. We'll continue with chapter 41 next time. See how things continue next time. All right. Well, it's a long chapter. Hey, sure, Misfire. How are you doing? Long chapter, but we made it. Just because, let's go ahead and finish off the special chapter. We didn't get a chance to read Bleach or Azumanga Daioh today, but let's go ahead and finish off. We were in the middle of a special chapter for Azumanga Daioh, so let's finish this one off. Excuse me. This is volume 2, chapter 6. Oh, chapter 6. Special part 2. Okay. Woke up in time. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I started a little bit late. I finally beat Silk Song, but it took a little bit longer than I thought, so I started a little late today. All right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I managed to do the 100% on the normal mode, so good to have that done. Okay. I think we're all set. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. All right, let's finish off the special of Chapter 6 of Volume 2 of Azumanga Daioh. This was the special Chapter 6, Osaka no Hanjitsu? Shit, I have to redo that. It's Hanjitsu, right? Yeah, Hanjitsu, half day. Unfortunately, right, that's a kanji that can be pronounced like 10 different ways. So I was pretty sure it was Jitsu. Try that again. Okay. All right, let's finish off Chapter 6 special of Volume 2 of Azumanga Daioh. We were in this special chapter, Osaka no Hanjitsu, Osaka's half day. And Osaka got some hiccups. They're going to play some volleyball. Watched the previous session, but she still has some hiccups apparently. Wow! Motto umai koto. So, all the more skillful thing. Where did we pause here? Oh, they were going to say they were going to try to scare her. Bikuri sasete. Try to scare her to get rid of the hiccups. So, wow! That's what that was. Okay. Motto umai koto. So, all the more skillful thing. So, meaning like you got to do better. Hiku? So she still has the hiccups. Urusei na chumo no oi yatsu da. You're noisy, meaning like shut up, you know. A person with many orders. A person with many orders. I'm not sure if that's like an expression of something. Chumo no oi. No, anyway. Yappa baka da na. Kagoda. So as expected, you're an idiot, Kagoda. Odorokasu te itte kara ogoe dashiteru mo na. Okay, so talking about scaring, after saying like talking about scaring, loud voice putting out even, you know. So Tomo is yelling at Kagoda saying like you're a moron for yelling out in a really loud voice right after you say that you're going to try to be surprising. Dose nara kono baka dake mune no saezu demo Osaka ni oshiete yareba Bikkuri suru zo? Okay, so somehow this stupidly giant breast size, even that, to Osaka, if you do the favor of teaching or telling, it will do surprise. So, yes, indeed, Tomo is saying, like, if you tell Osaka how stupidly huge your breasts are, that will be surprising for her. Mune wa doudemo ii daro? So, like, as for the boobs, as for the chest, like, who cares, right? What does that have to do with anything? So, soyu koto o iu na. That sort of a thing, don't say. Like, don't say stuff like that. As she, like, covers up a little bit. Okina suge. They're huge, you know? Incredible. Hazukashi koto o iu na. Embarrassing things don't say. Like, don't say such shameful or embarrassing things. Hiku? Hiku? Meanwhile, she continues to be hiccuping in the background. Shakkuri wa hiku? Okay, so Sakaki comes up and says, as for hiccups... Uh-oh. Sorry. Didn't mute in time. As for hiccups... Nani no heta o... Nani jite nomeba naoru. Oh, kaki. Yeah, persimmons. Kaki no heta. That is the skin or the rind? The stem. Kaki no heta o nijite? No, it's not niru. Oh, I thought it was to boil. It's not moe. Okay, so if do something to persimmon stems and drink it, it will heal or cure. What is this? Iru. To parch, fry, fire, broil, boil down. Okay, so this is like boiling or infusing. So if you do that to persimmon stems, and if you drink them, you will get cured or healed. Kaki ga arahen? Oh, don't exist. Like, I don't have any persimmons. Hiku? Shikashi, mata nani naoshikata shiteru na? But again, a something way of curing knowing, aren't you? That is shibui. Astringent, bitter, austere, stingy. So she's saying, but like yet again, you're knowing a astringent, austere, elegant way of curing, don't you? Ah,そうだ、思い出したぞ. Oh, that's right, I remembered. Hiku? Ban. Okay. Oh no. Ban, 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 ban. 誰かこう背中を叩いてやるといいんだ. Somebody this way on the back doing the favor of striking is good. Dole, how is it? Itai, itai, ow, ow. それってのどに物が詰まった時なんじゃ. Oh, それって喉に物が詰まった時なんじゃ. So that's for the time when something is blocking up in the throat. So talking about that, meaning hitting someone on the back in the throat, nodo ni, something blocked up time it is. So basically like if you're choking. Hiku? Shakuritsu no wa doko ga keiren shiteru n dakke? Okay, so as we're talking about hiccups, somewhere it's keiren doing, isn't it that? Keiren. Convulsions or cramps. Oh boy. Nani desu hai no shita no. So below the lungs, it's the, I guess this is diaphragm, because that would be where the cramps are, and it's below the lungs. How do you say this? This is yoko. So and that's hedateru, isn't it? Let me try looking up hedateru. No, hedate. Isn't that hedateru? Okaku? Hey, that's it. Okakumaku. It's the okakumaku desu hai no shita no. So again, it's the diaphragm below the lungs. Hai no shita te to, below the lungs, you say? Uh-oh. Kokoka? This place? Dos. Just gut punches. Oh, it's like, how? Soko wa mizouchi desu yo. As for that place, it is the mizouchi. Sorry, this is horrible. Mizouchi. The pit of the stomach, the solar plexus. Naota, fixed. Are you healed? Hiku, hiku. Right in the solar plexus. Moya, sorosoro nani gyo dashi. Jugyo dashi. So it's enough. It's fine. Already good. Enough. Basically, it's time for class. Soon it's class. Hidoi. This is terrible. Naremasen ne? Like you're not getting better? Not being cured. I guess now playing volleyball. Ben. Hiku. Hiku, 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 hiku. Osaka urusei. Shut up, Osaka. Hiku, hiku. Hiku. The whole day. Kairoze te nani mara yatten no? So let's go home. Say what? Still doing it? Hiku? Shitsukoi na? It's stubborn, or you're stubborn, aren't you? Mo 2時間以上続いてるぞ. Already more than 2 hours continuing. そうや、しゃっくりて1日続くと死ぬんだってな. By the way, or that way, talking about hiccups, one day if continue will die. Isn't that what they say? Uso? Like you're lying. You're kidding, right? Bikuri shite kurasai. Bikuri shite kurasai. Wa. Please be startled. Please be startled. Wa. Akan Hakan sore zenzen bikuri sehen. Hiku? It's no good. That is completely frightening not doing, or not shocking. That's not shocking at all. And she hiccuped. Nanika ii hoho wa nai desu ka ne? Some sort of good method. As for that, does it not exist, I guess? Is there really no good method? Ikutsu ka shitteru? Sometime knowing? Oh, no. Ikutsu ka, like several more knowing? Like I know more? Oshiete. Teach. Tell. Like tell me. Hiku? Shibaraku iki o tomeru. For a while, hold the breath. Start. Hiku? So that's her taking in a breath and then hiccuping. Mucha hayai na anta. That was crazy fast, you. Like you were crazy fast there, meaning she barely held her breath. Okay, another method. Gankyu o nani suru. Something about pressing the eyeballs? Gankyu. Atsu. Ashu? What is this? Appaku. Yeah, anyway, do pressure on the eyeballs. Put pressure on the eyeballs. Oh no. You grab. Itai. Ow. Hiku. Shita o hipparu. I guess I grab the tongue. Or pull the tongue. Hipparu. Yeah, pull tight the tongue. Gua. Or gu. Grab. Anta shita suge michikai na. Your tongue is incredibly short, you know? Oh my gosh. Okay, we got maybe like 3 more pages. Okay. Hiku. Naora ne na. Like, they're not getting better, not curing, not healing, are they? Mo hoka ni nai desu ka? No longer others existing? Aren't there any more? Hito ni utsusu? Like transferring to a person? Transmitting or transferring to a person? Ikinari usan kusaku natta na? Suddenly, it's usan kusaku. Oh, usan kusai. It has become. Suddenly, it's become extremely suspicious or shady, hasn't it? Hito ni utsusu, transferring or transmitting to a person. Hiku. Nani miten daioh? What are you looking at? Anmari naoranai nara byoki kamoshirenai. I guess like very much if it's not healing, sickness maybe. Like if it's not healing, then maybe it's like a sickness. Byouin ni, to the hospital? Byoki te nanno? Like, huh? How is it like talking about sickness? Munega? Oh no, noga, the brain. No, the brain. Like, oh yeah. I guess you're saying like, yeah, what is it talking about a sickness? She's saying it's the brain. And they're all like, oh yeah. Te nanya? Like, why is it Why are you saying Anta no chotto mondai arisou da mon. Your brain is a little bit a problem seems to exist. That's what it is. Like, that's the thing. So, right. Oh, right. So, like, she's sick in the brain. They're all like, oh, yeah. And so that's why, right? Your brain, a little bit of a problem seems to exist. Mondai te nanya? Saying mondai, a problem. What is it? What do you mean by saying mondai? Date tokidoki henjan? Because sometimes it's weird. It's strange. Nanika byoki ka? I guess, huh? Is something sick? Oh, no. No. That's not byoki. Is that byojo? Like, yeah. Condition of a disease. Hey, Ebony. So like, yeah, like what's the condition of the disease? Byojo. Byojo to you ka? Is it saying byojo conditions? I don't know. Are shakkari tomatte masen ka? Huh? The hiccups, they've stopped, haven't they? Was she finally shocked out of it? We're kind of seeing the beginnings of what transferred over to Yotsuba with the like extended pauses. Honmaya naotoru. Oh, it's for real. It's true. Cured. Wow, yokatta desu ne. Wow, I'm happy, you know. Meditashi ya. Meditai is like congratulations or meditashi is like or living happily ever after. Nande tomattan desho ne? Why stopped, I wonder, you know? Nanika ga ayashita no ka? Nanika ga kiku. Kita no ka? Was something effective? Hiku? And then of course, Chio-chan. Are? Hiku? Chio-chan ni utsutte tanya. Oh no. Oh, they transferred to Chio-chan. Nande? Why? Or how? Ja, Osaka ni tamashita no o saisho kara yatte miyou ka? Well then, to Osaka, the tested ones, from the very beginning, let's try to do. So shall we start from the ones that we all tested on Osaka? Soyana tomazu. That's right, you know. First, Kagura yonde koneto. Basically gotta call Kagura. Like call Kagura back. Sonna. Huh? No, it can't be. Okay. That is the end of the chapter. That was the end of the special. Some art in between here. There we go. That was chapter 6 special. Next time, chapter 7. Chapter 7 has a special too, I think. So we'll start reading chapter 7, and then there will be a special 7, I think. Yep, there we go. A special. Oh, it's Chio-chan. We'll see that. Well, this chapter 7 first. Next time. All right. Okay, we made it. Hiku. It's always cute. Okay. All right. Well, You gotta go. Hey, yeah, no. Go check out Pork here. Pork will be revving up here, playing Dragon Quest Dark Prince, I believe, in a little bit. But that's it for us. I'll probably swing by here in a little bit once you're starting. We're gonna go. Thanks, Don. We're gonna go raid Hazel Azazel, whatever it is. She's playing Hades too. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend here. Trying to think, we should be streaming tomorrow. Doing our normal stuff. I think we'll get back into the swing of actually reading Bleach. I don't foresee getting delayed too much. But we'll see. I'll do my best. I still have a lot of cleaning to do. I did some cleaning today, but not enough. So I'm going to attempt to do some more tomorrow. But of course, tomorrow is a double choir day, so I lose a good chunk of my time. But anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated. Let's go raid Hazel. And I will catch y'all next time. Let me grab the raid. Well, no.